Well, hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I do have my prediction and preview ahead of Birmingham City versus Hull City in the third round replay of the FA Cup. Yes, considering the fact that we drew the first fixture of this third round 1-1 at the MKM Stadium just over a week ago, we now have a replay. It's tomorrow night, meaning that we've only had 4 days rest when the time of the game between that loss against Norwich City and then this game here. Birmingham City are in a bit of a worse situation considering that they only played on Saturday. So let's crack into an injury update. So there's no real new injury news because obviously of how close the games are. There's been no true press conference. We can presume that Connolly has sustained some sort of injury. I'm not sure the full extent. I saw somewhere saying that concussion and a fractured collarbone, but I'm not sure the strength on that argument. We can presume that he's probably going to miss this game, which I have reflected in my predicted Hull City starting 11. So that is the only new injury news. Still no word on whether Philigine's going to be back. No new word on Delap other than he's out for 2 to 3 months. So no new incomings and no new outgoings other than the possibility of Aaron Connolly. Let's crack into that Hull City's predicted starting 11 then. Sponsored, well, it's not sponsored, but powered by our friends over at Fanhub. Fanhub, it's a free app, rewards fans for being a fan for free. How amazing. Click my link down in the description, use my code HUL-IZR. It's a golden ticket code. You get in, you get rewarded for using that. You get rewarded for going to games, and it can be a fan of any club. Don't have to necessarily be Hull City, but you can be a fan of any club. You get rewarded. You can predict the starting 11. You can predict your 5 fixtures. It's fantastic. I'd highly recommend checking it out, and using my link, using my code helps the channel. Thank you. Okay, so here's my predicted starting 11. It's a bit similar to the side that drew 1-1 against them already, but I'm gone for that just for the pure factor that we're looking a bit loose for wear on players with their injuries, and then the possibility of some players departing in the coming 24 hours or so. So, Ryan Alsop plays in net. I can't really see it changing. And maybe you can make an argument to say give it Matt Ingram to give Alsop the game off. But then again, he didn't have too much to do really against Norwich, did he? Because a lot of the play was up at the other end of the field where Hull City were just failing to make chances. I think Norwich had 9 shots in total, so Alsop didn't have too much to do. So why not give him the run out? Louis Cole right back, maybe an argument to say to give him the game off because he only missed the Birmingham City game before due to injury. But we haven't really got a right back to replace him. You could probably make an argument saying Andy Smith could go in that right back slot, but then you're looking at maybe bringing in another academy lad as a defender, maybe Stan Ashby or someone along them lines. So I've gone for Louis Cole at right back, Sean McLaughlin in centre back partnered up with Andy Smith, and then over at left back the formidable Matty Jacob, who has kind of made himself a main player in this Hull City starting 11, not even only in the FA Cup, but in the league now due to his incredible performances so far this year. CDM partnership of Regan Slater and then Greg Doherty. I think that this is probably the better of the scenarios for that CDM partnership, especially for this kind of game where Birmingham do like to play a lot of balls through the middle. Aliar Said Manesh, Harry Vaughan and Jason Lokilo complete that sort of attacking trio. Then with the man up top, Billy Sharp, obviously he'll be looking likely to get his full debut for Hull City after appearing off the bench against Norwich in the 12th minute or something like that due to the Connolly injury, which we won't dive into the fact that he got wiped out mid-air and that resulted in a Norwich free kick. We won't talk about that right now. So in some other news, Scott Twine. Yes, Scott Twine could possibly leave by the end of today. Sort of a 24-hour notice on this one. With Burnley looking to recall him and then sell him on to Bristol City for 2.5 million, with Bristol City's interest increasing day by day, and it doesn't look like Hull City are going to put up a bit of an argument, which is a bit strange. You'd have thought that we would have put up an argument concerning the injury cases that we've got. We brought the man to the club in the first place. I think he's been improving ever since he came, and a real standpoint was that Norwich game. He was probably the best on the pitch for Hull City against Norwich. Subbed off a bit too early in my opinion, so I can't really see why Hull City would be willingly allowing him to go. without maybe putting up a fight or even putting up the 2.5 million to get him in on a permanent contract. So we'll keep up to date on that one. Of course, it could have already changed by the time this video comes out. I mean, this could all be hubba jubba because I am recording this a little bit earlier than what I am releasing it. Ruben Vinagre. Yeah, we haven't seen him on the pitch, but he's been making moves elsewhere. Yes, him and his partner are expecting a baby boy. Yes, got announced the other day that they will be having a baby boy. So, only other bit of news, Manesh could possibly be going out on a loan or permanent deal this transfer window, but we kind of all saw that coming anyway, so I'll keep you up to date on that one if anything develops. Last meetings, of course, last meeting was just over a week ago with us in the FA Cup, that 1-1 draw with Matty Jacob making that sort of late minute equaliser to send us to the replay. Other than that, we have been a successful side over Birmingham. If you're looking at the last three, 2-0 at their ground earlier in the season, and then 1-0 at their ground at the back end of last season. So, I mean, at Birmingham City's ground, we are doing the business. Can we do the business tomorrow? Who knows? Who knows on that front? Form, yeah, we're looking both a bit patchy, aren't we? Of course, with that 1-1 draw, in both cases. Hull City currently looking in the past 5 games with 3 losses, 1 win, 1 draw, whereas Birmingham are looking at 3 draws and then 2 losses. They haven't won at their stadium in 5 matches, I believe, so it's kind of making a good argument for us. Of course, our form is looking a bit dreadful at the moment. Out of the last 10 games, I think we're looking at 3 wins or something like that. Something ridiculous like that. So hopefully we can start switching it around very, very soon because we are dropping down the table. We could be in a few games looking like a team that's probably looking for mid-table mediocrity rather than promotion push. Player to watch out for, Jay Stansfield. I would have gone for him in the last prediction video for Birmingham, but then I thought he might not play. I believe that he came off the bench against us just over a week ago, and an impact he made was fantastic, really causing problems down in our sort of right-back position, really making problems for our defence. So certainly a player to watch out for, and I wouldn't be surprised if Birmingham do start him in this game, trying see themselves through this round. Of course, both teams have the pleasure of looking forward to Leicester City if we do make it through this round. So, score prediction. It's going to be another 1-1 draw, I think, come 120 minutes played. But then I think Hull City might snatch it on penalties. This is a really, really bold claim. I mean, my predictions haven't been going well recently, have they? Every game that I've predicted sort of in the past 4 or 5, I've predicted Hull City to win like 3-1, 2-1, and then we've ended up losing 3-1 or 2-1. So I've gone for a 1-1 draw come 120 minutes. I think that's putting me in safe grounds, and then Hull City to capture the win through penalties, and it'll be a dicey evening. I won't mind telling you. The goal for Tigers coming through Manesh. I won't go through who's scoring for the penalties because that all depends on substitutes and all that sort of malarkey. So Manesh, I think, will grab the goal for Tigers, and I would like to see him do it before he possibly does depart later on in this window. So I'll leave you with that photo of Adrian Lajali as always. Let me know down in the comments what your prediction is for this game, anything that you think I should know, and whether you're off to Birmingham on a Tuesday night to maybe see the Tigers clinch a victory through the 3rd round into the 4th round for the first time in God knows how long. So I'll see you in the next one. Up the Tigers!